Most of my friends, a teacher calling in sick, and an underqualified substitute taking their place for the day is a blessing. I much need a break from the monotonous routine of school, a period where no tangible work is ever completed. For me, it was a curse. This break from routine would always trigger the inevitable roll call, where substitutes would utter every possible concoction of the letters that make up my name, as everyone in the class would laugh at every new pronunciation. Most of the time, they would make an effort to apologize, but the damage had already been done. The otherwise welcoming class was reminded that I was an outcast among them. I was born halfway across the globe in a place that just a few years ago was a sworn enemy of the U.S., Russia. Over the years of my schooling, I've come to view my origins in Russia as less of a detriment to my success and more of an asset that has come to define part of who I am. When I was younger, I used to spend my entire summers in Russia. We're not talking about a few days or even a week or two. This was a 2-month-long trip lasting from the last day of school to the last week of summer. I hated it. Starting school a week late, having to explain to countless well-meaning people that when I came back I was different from them. Boarding a plane not knowing how I'm going to spend the next 12 hours. Having to deal with the constant fumes of diesel trucks that filled the air of Moscow. Surprisingly though, all of this has grown to become part of my concept of Russia. As I grew older, I learned to appreciate all the things that angered me when I was younger. The whole culture of Russia was filled with these odd tidbits that any foreigner could never imagine. For one, people there don't smile anywhere near as much as they do here in the U.S. At first glance, this might seem like all of Moscow is overcome with sad, depressed people, but as you learn more, you realize the true value of a smile. When someone is smiling in Russia, it's far more genuine than it is here in the U.S. It truly means that they're happy. In a way, people there are also far more welcoming than they are here in the U.S. For one, it's incredibly rude to show up to someone's kvartiru or house without bringing them a present of some sort. You will always be offered to drink tea upon arriving. If you're in a hurry, don't try to gulp down the tea because you'll be poured another immediately. Over the years, I've grown accustomed to all these unique experiences that I used to hate. As I grew older, I learned about a quote from Winston Churchill that has stuck with me ever since then. Russia is a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma. How could I have ever expected to appreciate the riddle of Russian culture when I was too close-minded to even begin to see its scope? The single most important thing I've learned from those countless summers in Russia is all the negative consequences of constantly judging everything around you. There's so many amazing experiences I have had there, but I couldn't appreciate because I was too busy trying to think about how unlucky I was compared to all my friends. As I grew older, I began to open my eyes and realize just how lucky I was to have had such a unique experience. I'm incredibly thankful for the countless stories my grandparents used to tell me, and all the opportunities to meet new people my parents gave me in Russia. It's ironic that I won't be able to visit for another 10 years because of the national draft. All the memories I have will most likely fade into nothing more than conversation starters, but the lessons I learned there will hopefully stay with me far longer than that.